Gary Neville has insisted that he would prefer Maurizio Pochettino over Erik ten Hag as Manchester United heat up. It's an outside chance. Maybe Man United and him could come to a conclusion that would see him join after the World Cup later on this year. But Gary Neville has been very, very forthright, very, very direct in his opinions here. And that he said he would personally go for Maurizio Pochettino, but Ten Hag is a favorite with the fans to take the club forward. It seems to be a clear choice between the two. That's Gary Neville's view and opinion, but I want yours. Who do you think the best option is for Manchester United Football Club? Who do you think would be the best appointment to come in at this point right now? Who would it be? Is Gary Neville speaking sense? Is that Premier League proven mentality? That Premier League proven, more so than mentality, but experience. The pressure of going to a Paris Saint-Germain who are expected to win the Champions League every year by their owners. Will that stand Maurizio Pochettino in better stead than that of Erik ten Hag, who's not managed at that level? Or when you take a look here at what this fan has had to say, who said that he failed in the Premier League, he failed in France, he failed in the Champions League. He's failed with a super team. He can't inspire players. He's another yes man. The players want him. No thanks. This Man United fan responded very candidly to Gary Neville's wants for Maurizio Pochettino to be the next manager of Manchester United. But where do you sit? Where do you stand on this situation? I would like to know. Now, make sure you're hitting that like button. You're subscribing to the Terrace. I want your comments below as well, so start to get them in. You may challenge something I'm about to say, so still listen to the video through so you know exactly what my thoughts and feelings are on this. I think what's really interesting for me in this whole scenario, though, is that Man United are in a position where we need to be careful. Because I spoke to a journalist at the beginning of the week, or the end of last week, around Saturday. I always look at Saturdays as the beginning of the new football week. It's just my take anyway. Because often you spend Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday reacting to what happened in the Saturday and the Sunday. It feels like the same week. So I spoke to someone on Saturday who said that United could announce their new manager very, very soon. They told me that Manchester United were going to push on ahead and interview on the Monday Erik ten Hag. Now, this happened as we know, and there were reports yesterday that Erik ten Hag to Manchester United looks like it could just be a matter of time. And I think that's excited a lot of Manchester United fans. This gave United fans this element of hope that, you know, we could be moving in the right direction here. We could have a new manager appointed that the fans are excited about, who has very high expectations, very high standards internally, plays a brand of football that I think Manchester United fans have been begging for since Fergie, to be honest. I remember going on 5 Live, TalkSport, and a number of other outlets at the time and asking me who I wanted. And I kind of, at the time, I wanted, my number 1 and 2 choices were Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp. And each presenter on those shows asked me the same question: why them? And I just said that I wanted Man United's football to be taken into the 21st century. Now, that wasn't a dig at Sir Alex Ferguson, but Sir Alex Ferguson was coming towards the end of his tenure. The way his teams played football, we could all see that there was a evolution in the game. There was a higher intensity needed. The next level of fitness was needed, and almost new, fresh ideas. If Fergie was 10 years younger, would he have been able to adapt and got his team playing to the current, now, modern-day standards? Absolutely. How do I know this? Because he did it for 30, 40 years in football. He evolved. Fergie was just at the end of his time as a manager, and there's no disrespect intended towards him at all, so please don't take it that way. But I wanted someone that I felt was going to be one of the next Dons, one of the next stars, one of the next absolute juggernaut managers. We didn't manage to get Pop or Jurgen Klopp, and just look what they have gone on to do since 2013 at Dortmund, Bayern, City, and Liverpool, respectively. They have absolutely killed it. They've killed it. There is no doubt about it. And my feelings to Erik ten Hag are very much the same. I think he is one of the next powerhouse managers. I really do. When it comes to Maurizio Pochettino, the only way I can explain this from a fan point of view is I felt he was one of the next powerhouse managers 5, 6 years ago, and I haven't seen him, in my opinion, push on to that next level. I don't care that he hasn't managed in the Premier League and has no Premier League experience, nor did Jurgen Klopp, and nor did Pep Guardiola, nor did Antonio Conte when he arrived. In fact, Sir Alex Ferguson, when he arrived and rebuilt the biggest team in the world, changed the dietary cultures, the drinking cultures, rebuilt the youth system, built the most successful Premier League team and teams of all time. He had no Premier League experience. So Erik ten Hag, having not done it here before, isn't an issue for me. He's learned to speak the language, which I think is important. But it still isn't the be-all and end-all. If they'd broken English in the dressing room, that isn't even something that I would personally be focusing on. He should be the guy we're going for. The deal should be offered to him this week. No disrespect to Luis Enrique. It's too long to wait, in my opinion. Mauricio Pochettino is a big fat no from me. Now, what's really intriguing is this report out of Sky today that Man United must convince Erik ten Hag amid interest from 2 European clubs, says a Dutch football expert. Now, this should stand as something that's a little bit worrying and maybe even a little bit frustrating to Manchester United fans. Now, I'm not here trying to scaremonger. I'm not here trying to frustrate. I'm not here trying to annoy people. But one of the reasons I think that the stories are coming out that United now want to take their time and interview 3, 4, 5 more people. Maybe Erik ten Hag isn't convinced with us. Maybe Erik ten Hag isn't convinced with the Manchester United project. Now, I believe we've got a great opportunity to get him. But would I be shocked? Would it be a bolt from the blue if suddenly out of nowhere, Manchester United were to be in a situation where we didn't get it done? If ten Hag gets a better offer from another club in a better position? Would it shock me if our dilly-dallying was the problem? No. What is more likely to be the case for me is our dilly-dallying is because we haven't convinced Erik ten Hag yet. That's my take. People will say, oh, you're being negative again. I got called out yesterday for being too negative about Man United. I'm not negative about Man United. My negativity towards the Glazers is positivity for Man United. If we all had my energy towards our owners, my energy towards the way the club should be run, if we held the club's behaviors accountable at every single turn until standards were raised, all the 90% of all the elements we see on the pitch, the side effects that we see on the pitch, that we see from our so-called directors of football, our transfer policies, etc., would all dissipate, would all go away. And I'm going to quote Neeks here because Neeks has said this for years and he deserves the credit for this. Man United fans do this, our media do this, and our club does it. We treat the tumor at our club with painkillers instead of removing the problem. So for short periods of time, the headache might go away. For a short period of time, and Neeks always said it's like having a brain tumor. You don't cure a brain tumor by taking paracetamol. It might take away some of the pain. It might make you able to concentrate for a period of time. It may make you feel better for a short period of time, but the pain is going to come back. The problems are going to come back. And I know it's a very serious example, but I think it reigns true. It's a very good analogy in this circumstance. Big changes needed at Manchester United. On Gary Neville, listen, I'm someone that's got a lot of time for a lot of the things that Gary Neville says and does. Not everything, but a lot of the things. I'm not someone that's been happy with the way he's been calling out the club in the last few weeks because he wasn't vocal enough under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So his credibility on that subject is damaged for me. What I will say is this. Him being a fouled manager doesn't mean he can't have an ample, educated and valid opinion on the type of manager that should come in. So that for me, if you're arguing, oh, you're a foul manager, what do you know? That's an absolute nonsense because the irony in it is that means no fan ever can have an opinion because none of us, no, I'd say less than 99.9% of us have never been to Gary Neville's position in football. So therefore, you're kind of slagging yourself off, which is weird. But on his opinion in itself, I'm not somebody who I don't agree with it. I don't think it's the right thing that we go for Maurizio Pochettino, but I want your take and I want your views and I want your opinions on what's going on with this. Now, very interesting here as well. Remember, the likes of Fabrizio have confirmed that these talks have gone ahead. These talks are motoring on forward. These talks are or will be happening. And there is a growing feeling at Manchester United that the momentum is behind Erik ten Hag, but can Man United convince him to come? That is the big question indeed. Now, I want your opinions. I want your comments below. Check out the little QR code that you can see. I'm trying to point to it. There you go. Just there. Up to a 40% discount off of Boohoo Man. Give that a scan right now. Get yourselves their app downloaded and get that done for us, people. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll see you all again very, very soon. Thank you.